Welcome along to episode 842 of the Milk Bar. Jason Forrest here with you as ever. Coming up on the show this week, Konnie Huq will be along. Of course, Blue Preacher presenter and author. We'll be finding out all about contracts for kids going back to school, maybe with a phone for the first time, but not about paying the bills, about using the right things when they are online. Sam Lambeth let us know about his brand new album as we had a bit of a natter over at the Cellar Rooms in Wolverhampton, where we're talking to Belle about her brand new single. Rob Mail, bassist of the Fleetwood Mac Songbook, will be along to let us know about their forthcoming gig at the Stafford Gatehouse. And we talked to Paul Drakeley ahead of his all-star big band appearing at the theatre on the Steps in September.
Welcome to the Milk Bar. 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 Welcome to the Milk Bar.
On the 4th of September, there's going to be an amazing sound at the Theatre on the Steps in Bridgnorth. It is Paul Drakeley's all-star big band, and he's with me now to tell me exactly what is going on. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Jason. Are you?
I'm getting by, thank you very much. And the world is all the better for a bit of entertainment in it, and that's exactly what you're going to be providing on the night, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. We've got a wonderful show lined up for everybody. We've got our special guests. We've got a girl who I used to sing with many years ago, Jenna Butler. She's a fabulous singer. She's going to be doing a lot of Shirley Bassey, Ella Fitzgerald. And we've got our other special guest, my dear friend, ITV's weatherman, Des Coleman.
So this is going to be brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. Yeah.
And where does the music selection come from? Because you've got such a huge range of talent here. You could play pretty much anything, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we try and mix it up a lot. I mean, it's the name of the big band obviously is a clue. Really, we play big band jazz music. However, we do play some Elvis, Tom Jones. We do a lot of 80s stuff that Jenna sings, Jennifer Rush and things like that. The Power of Love. But we try and mix it up a lot to be good for everybody.
Everything from a bit of brass through to sort of big band and
Yeah,
then the sort of big ballads as well.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, the power ballads. Yeah.
Yes, well, everyone loves a power ballad, whether they
Oh,
say so or not. They love a power ballad,
yeah.
and the Theatre on the Steps is an amazing venue. I mean, you've played all over the place, all over the world, and this is just as interesting as being on board a ship, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, we love playing the theatre. I've done it. I've done it many times in different shows. But it's a bit of a get-in. Don't get me wrong. You need to get your strength up and have your three shredded week. But yeah, it's a fabulous theatre, and it's run by volunteers, as you're probably aware, and
Hmm.
they're so helpful there, and it's such an intimate venue.
It is, but it's got a big feel to it as well, though, I think, because
Yeah,
it's the sort of auditorium which really does resonate the sound so well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we always look forward to playing there.
And obviously, when you're working alongside your singing weatherman, that brings a whole new element to the show as well, doesn't it? Because I
Yeah.
doubt you ever do the same show twice.
No, well, no, no. Especially, I mean, Des, we've been good friends for 25 years, and you never know what Des is going to do or say or change his mind. So what you see on the TV, how he presents the weather, is exactly what Des is like. He's so carefree, and he's always moving about, moving his hands, telling a story. But
Throwing in a weather forecast as well,
it's
depending.
throwing a weather forecasting. Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be good. Okay, so tickets are from theatreonthesteps.co.uk or via their box office on 01746 766 477. And it then, I love the way that it is a theatre which is sort of up there, plonked halfway up a hill.
Yes.
Yeah, as you said, it's not always that easy getting the gear in, but actually, it's well worth the effort, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, yeah. As I say, it's a smashing little theatre. It really is. Yeah.
So, what else do we need to know? Because you've got all sorts going on over the coming weeks and months too.
Yeah, Des has got his own show, and we've done three successful shows in July, and we're at in September we're in at Sutton Coldfield Town Hall. But the one that I'm really looking forward to is obviously my hometown at the Grand Theatre Wolverhampton on the 6th of November, and I'm really looking forward to that.
That's really good. I mean, we need to get you and Des together for a bit of a natter about this one, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'd
We
love
will
to.
talk more about that one closer to the time, I think. But for
Yeah.
now, I mean, the one to focus on is the all-star big band at the Theatre on the Steps,
Yes.
September the 4th. And any other things you can tease us about the night itself?
Well, there's going to be a lot of surprises. We don't just sit and play the music. We interact with the audience, and there's one or two things where we get members of the audience up as well. So, it's all a big surprise, and there's lots of things that will happen during the night.
But if you love the music of the likes of Glenn Miller, Frank Sinatra, Tommy Dorsey, Matt
Yeah.
Monro, Ella Fitzgerald, even Max Bygraves,
Yeah.
maybe let's throw in the Jennifer Rush you've already mentioned.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of bits and pieces that will be part of this amazing experience.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Well, Paul Drakeley, always good to catch up. Thank you for the fact you're keeping this wonderful music alive and doing your thing
Yes.
with the shows you head around. And the Theatre and the Steps clearly seems to be the place to be. I know we all need to be there. See you soon.
Yeah. Thank you. Cheers, Jason.
Now, the music of Fleetwood Mac is being brought to life by the Fleetwood Mac Songbook. It's all taking place at the Stafford Gatehouse Theatre on Saturday, the 13th of September. 7:30 is when it all begins. Doors are a little bit earlier than that. Make sure you're in there and preparing yourself for what must be, I think, the best part of, I don't know, is six decades of music from Fleetwood Mac being brought to life. To tell us exactly what's going on, I'm joined now by Rob Mail. How you doing, sir?
Hi, Jason. Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks.
Good stuff. Now, bassist in the band.
Yes,
That's good because they've got some amazing bass lines. I mean,
absolutely.
if ever there was a band, a group from that era that you wanted to recreate and get a good bass part, this is it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's absolutely, it's a dream job for me because I was a huge, well, still am a huge Fleetwood Mac fan. So it was a dream come true to get this gig. And like you said, there's some iconic bass lines. The chain is the obvious one, obviously.
Mhm.
But there's some other great bass lines as well. John McVie was a great bass player. Yeah.
And obviously, Fleetwood Mac have touched so many people's lives with their music over the years, and it's something which continues to this day. Even down to the fact we've seen dancing ponies with Fleetwood Mac tracks in adverts on TV. But I think iconic doesn't even start to cover the sound, does it?
No, that's right. No, it's timeless music, isn't it? And we see in our audiences all sorts of ages, and generations of people coming to see us and just enjoying the music because it is for everybody. It has been for many years, as you say.
And I think it's one of those where maybe the younger generation who don't know Fleetwood Mac will hear a song at a show like this and go, "That's Fleetwood Mac."
Yeah, yeah, that's right, exactly. And we even get actually funny. Even some of the adults don't know their Fleetwood Mac songs. Sometimes they come up to us after the gig if we go out and meet people in the foyer or what have you. And people say, oh, I recognize that song. I didn't know it was a Fleetwood Mac song. So a lot of people know the music, even if they don't know, every song by the artist. You know what I mean?
But when you come to something like Tango in the Night, the album that spent, I think, about 74% of the 80s at number one, or at least in the charts,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it was just a sound that was everybody's thing at the time.
yes, absolutely. It was amazing. I mean, that was like a comeback album for them. They'd been away for a few years after the Mirage album in '82. So, and they sort of basically broken up. But Lindsey Buckingham, I think he actually started that album as a solo album, and it sort of morphed into a Fleetwood Mac album. And then, like you said, it became the soundtrack to the '80s. Really, it was a huge, huge album.
Now, one thing he won't be recreating is Mick Fleetwood's weird moment with Samantha Fox hosting the Brit Awards. What he will be doing is bringing all the music together.
Yeah. Well, actually, now you've said that, that's given us an idea. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
and you want to be Samantha Fox.
no, yeah, not me. I think there's other people in the band better qualified than me to do that. But yeah, I'd forgotten all about that. You've unfortunately reminded me of that horrific moment. I remember watching that at the time. It was horrible, wasn't it? But yeah, no, I mean, we do our best to recreate the music, and we sort of dress up in outfits and what have you. We try and look a bit like them. We don't go as we don't go overboard, but we try and look the part, and we recreate the music as faithfully as we possibly can, so that when people come to hear us, they do recognize those songs, and hopefully they'll hear that they're as close to the originals as we can possibly get.
Yeah, it's one of those where the energy of seeing this live is part of it as well, because that isn't going to
Yeah,
happen, especially not in the sort of venue where you can really feel the stage. It's not possible.
no, that's right. No, you're quite right.
So the magic will happen, which means I've got to put you through it. Come on, which one do you enjoy performing the most, and which one do you enjoy listening to the most? It can be the same
Uh,
song.
It's tough. I've got several favorites personally. I mean, people would assume that I enjoy the chain most because that's my sort of spotlight moment, but
You've
actually,
got to
it's
work
not my
hard
favorite
during
song.
that, though.
I have, yeah, exactly. I've got to put on a bit of a performance for that one, so I can't stand in the shadows for that one. I've got to sort of come out and do my bit, which I enjoy. But that's not my favorite song. I love my favorite Fleetwood Mac song actually is "Go Your Own Way." But again, that's not necessarily my favorite song to perform because that's a bit of a workout on the bass as well, actually. And it's the last song in the set. Not trying to give too much away, so by that point, I'm flagging a bit. Do you know what I mean?
And you've got to put an extra
But
shift in and really make it happen for that one, haven't you?
yeah, exactly, exactly. But we love. I think as a band, we really love playing Silver Springs,
Hmm.
which wasn't on the original Rumours album. It was left off because it was too long. But then when they re-released it on CD back in the '80s, they stuck it on the end, and it's become a fan favorite. And we love that song so much. And also Sarah from the Tusk album. That's
Yeah,
sort of a bit of a. It was
beautiful.
a hit single, but not everyone knows that. Certainly in this country, but we love playing that one. Yeah, so it was lots of fun. They're all great. We even did some Peter Green stuff, which is great fun to do as well.
Well, it's going to be an amazing night, as I say. It is in
Mm.
September, Saturday the 13th, 7:30 is curtain up. Stafford's Gatehouse Theatre. 01785 619080 is the box office number. gatehousetheatre.co.uk to grab your tickets that way. Have you got websites and socials and things we can share the magical
We
experience
have,
with?
yeah, you can find us on Facebook, the Fleetwood Mac Songbook. Just type that into the search engine. You'll find us on Facebook. Our website is Fleetwood Mac songbook.com, simple as that. And we're on Instagram. Just put the Fleetwood Mac Songbook in, and it should come up in the search pretty easily.
Well,
And please, follow us on those platforms to find out where a local gig is.
yeah, and you never know. There will be tours all over the place. It is the best way to enjoy the amazing back catalogue of Fleetwood Mac. And
Mhm.
the other good thing is you haven't got one of those awkward moments where you've got a new album to push. So it's not like when you see bands and oh, no, I wasn't sure about that one. This is
Yeah,
all classic hits, isn't it?
it's literally banger after banger, as they say.
It's going to be a treat.
So it's great. Everyone's got their favorites, but I think most people would enjoy most of the songs that they'll hear. They're all great songs. And what a catalogue! It's an embarrassment of riches, I think they say, don't they? It's
Absolutely.
so many great songs to choose. We struggle to leave songs off the set list, let alone think of things to put in. It's what do we leave off? It's
Hmm.
difficult because there's some great songs.
Oh, it'll be an awesome night. I'm absolutely sure. Rob
Yes.
Bale will be the beast with the bass, making it happen for the Fleetwood Mac Songbook in Stafford on the 13th of September. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Jason. Appreciate it.
Sam Lambeth, star of many a music scene, has another brand new solo album out there, and he's with me now to tell me all about it. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
All good here. Now we find ourselves in the cellar rooms. So tell us a bit about your link with this.
I've been rehearsing here for nearly 10 years
Yeah.
in the various bands I've had. It's a great place. It's a hub for loads of local bands, and Rob Fellows, who runs it, is a legend around these parts.
I'm genius.
Yes, mate. Yeah. He sets everything up. He knows as soon as there's an issue, he can fix it. He's brilliant. So
You've been chilling out. And where did you record the album itself?
well. There's a link because I laid down the demos here, and then I recorded the actual album at RML Studios in New Hampton Arts Centre with Ryan Pinson, who again does loads of local bands. And yeah, again, I've worked with him for quite a while now, so we've got a good.
That's good. You've got rapport.
Yeah, he kind of knows how I work and gets the best out of me and stuff. So it's nice.
And obviously, you've produced that much stuff over a number of years, decades, and whatever else. And if what it is decades, I've known you the best part of 20 years now, haven't I?
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, yeah.
And what's this latest piece of work called?
No Sign of the Summer.
Okay, irony thrown in there because we have had a summer this year, or were you not planning on that when you?
It wasn't meant to be ironic. It was meant because it was meant to come out earlier this year. The plan was to come out in kind of like the spring, but then it kind of got pushed back for various reasons. And yeah, like you say, the timing isn't ideal for the title, but yeah, it's a lyric from one of the songs, and it just seemed to work quite well.
So how many songs have you offered us this time around?
8.
That's a good quality.
That's a lot.
More than an EP, proper album. It's a vinyl album size album, isn't it?
You get more bang for your buck.
That's good value. We like that. And where is the inspiration this time? Because you often visit different places in your musical world, I shall say.
Yeah. I think this time some of these songs are old, and you might even recognise some of them because they were like from the Monobloggers days. Yeah. So we're going way back.
I've sung along to them in the past.
Yeah, so they're quite old. And the idea was that back in the day when I recorded them, we were quite young and naive. We didn't have the skills.
You're still naive, aren't you?
Well, yeah, we didn't have the skills necessarily that we have now.
Yeah.
And obviously the lyrics were probably quite cringy back then.
It's the days before you appeared on the back of a bus, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Celebrity days.
Yeah. So yeah, the idea was just to re-record some of these old songs. Well, either re-record them or some of the songs that were old that didn't see the light of day, go and record those as well, and just give it a bit more of a mature outlook. But I wanted to make like a rock record. So I feel like every record I've made as a solo act, every record's kind of a reaction to the previous one. So the last album I released a couple of years ago, Walking to Hollywood, that was quite ornate and lush and layered. There was a lot going on, a lot of piano, cello, kind of threw the kitchen sink at it. So this time it was always going to be a total contrast to that one.
This one's very much you.
Yeah, so it was just me, drums, bass, guitar. That's all I wanted. So it's very simple, minimal overdubs. There was hardly any electric guitar on the last record, so this one there's loads of electric guitar. So it was nice. It was like a palate cleanser, if that makes sense. It was nice to go in, just record these songs, keep them nice and raw and fairly heavy, but still melodic, and yeah, nice easy process.
Okay, and but this means it's going to suit itself well to live performance.
Yeah. I've got a 4-piece band together now. We rehearse here, and
did they have a name?
Yeah.
The Lambeths, or?
Well, actually, we haven't given them a name, but I do call them Lambeth as their surname.
Right.
And we're trying to perpetuate that now.
Yeah.
A bit like, like a poor man's Kings of Leon, maybe. So we've got Gav, he's on bass, and he does really nice harmonies. We've got Johnny on drums, and then Baz, who has been playing with me for a few years, he's on guitar as well. So it's nice. We've played a few gigs already, and it's sounding good.
Yeah, that's all good. And there's a gig coming up in the near future?
Yeah, so we've got a headline gig at Dive in Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be really, really good. It's nearly sold out. Maybe when they say it would have sold out.
Yeah, we might be able to do that now.
Yeah. So yeah, I think there's only like 4 or 5 tickets left now. So it's going to be a really, really good gig. Be nice just to play all the songs again and play these new tracks. And we've got 2 great supports. We've got Smoke and Eskimo, who are kind of local legends, and then we've got a band called Run Don't Walk as well. So be a good night.
It sounds like you've got this sort of all lined up. You've worked out who you are, where you are, and where you want to be, and you've even grown facial hair for the experience.
Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to last, though.
Okay, right.
I said I was going to shave it off for the headline gig because I don't want to look back at the pictures, and I've got the tash. I mean, I'm going to look back at this video with the tash.
Well, you could, for the encore, you could actually shave it on stage.
yeah. Perhaps, yeah, maybe, yeah, we'll see. But yeah.
But I mean, you never. Nothing ever really defines you as such. You do sort of throw yourself into different ways, different sounds, different looks, and that's part of the evolution of you and your music, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. I get bored, I think. Like I like to just try different stuff. So
yeah. So this time it is just facial hair.
Yeah. I think for me it's all about just building that body of work, So like. I look at my solo career now. The first record was kind of like an alt country record. The last one was more kind of Motown soul, kind of a bit more expansive. Than this one's kind of the rock record. And it's nice. I feel like it's good to change it up. And then there's different albums for different sounds. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to go back and do another rock record now because I've got this one.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But you are right. I do like to change it up and experiment and do different things.
Okay, well, it's completely below the rock nature of your current work. You're going to play something acoustic for us, aren't you?
Yeah. I thought I'd do a song called Stuart's House, which was an old one, and I recorded that here, but that's the actual version that's on the album. The others I recorded again, but this one is from the actual demo session.
So this is going to be you stripped back just to a bit of acoustic guitar, or are you going electric?
No, acoustic.
It is acoustic?
I'll strap on the harmonica and all.
Oh, yeah, everything. Right, okay. Before you do, give us all the details on the socials.
Yeah, so it's Sam Lambeth Music, all one word, all lowercase, and that's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Then it's on Spotify, obviously, as Sam Lambeth, and all the links are on there.
Simple as. Okay, right, you sort yourself out. We'll get some music out of you. Meanwhile, always good to speak to you. Thank you for that, and thank you for playing a song for us live in a moment or two's time.
Thanks for having me back, man. I appreciate it. 1, 2, 3, 4. She could have been an actress. She never lacked the charm. Now she fix it on his mattress, 'cause he knows just how to twist her arm. I've tried so hard to tell her it's not a love that's true, but she says she's used to heartache and there's nothing better left to do. She's coming over, he's not at home. He's at Stuart's house, he's crashing, and he's left his phone. I wish you were here though, to call my own. That's why I'm feeling down, down, down. That's why I'm feeling down, down, down. Is that with someone younger? One's not enough for that guy. But she tells her that he loves her, maybe later he will drop on by. But I really love her, I'll never live down the pain that he's using her, but she loves him and she'll never look at me that way. He's coming over, he's not at home. He's at Stuart's house, he's crashing, and he's left his phone. I wish you were here though, to call my own. It's why I'm feeling down, down, down. It's why I'm feeling down, down, down. It's why I'm feeling down, down, down. It's why I'm feeling down, down, down.
New research from EE is telling us there's going to be a bit of a do on the way as kids head back to school in a week or two, and they want to take their smartphones with them. They're keeping secrets from their parents on what they're doing on their smartphones. Somebody who can tell us more about it is Konnie Huq, TV presenter, screenwriter, and children's author. Good afternoon.
Hi there.
Good to talk to you again, and another interesting topic of conversation, because obviously kids love their technology. Parents sometimes don't always have as much control over them with that tech as they would like or would need, and I think it's time to start looking at that, particularly with a new set of phones being dished out just at the start of a new school year.
Yeah, absolutely. EE found that about 3.8 million families are about to have that chat, the chat essentially, with their children, because as we know nowadays, there's more and more pressure, increasing pressure as kids grow older, maybe heading towards the end of primary school, even, or going into secondary school, to have a smartphone. And it's all to do with sort of FOMO, fear of missing out. To do with the fact that lots of secondary school homework and education requires some degree of internet usage. And then also, it's often a great safety net for parents to have if their children are walking themselves to and from school, which is often the case, or traveling, alone to and from school, or independently rather, to have that safety net of having the phone.
Absolutely. 93% of parents argue with their kids about the use of that phone. But I mean, as you say, it is for education. There are WhatsApp groups where the kids will be having a chat all about their studies. They'll be talking about the games they're playing. When I was a kid, Connie, probably similar for you, if you played a computer game with your mates, you actually went round there and sat next to them and you took it in turns, or there were two controllers on something. These days, most of the games are internet based, and they're using the internet there. So it's only natural for them to have a phone that sort of follows on and works alongside what they're doing. So, yeah, you can see why they've got these devices, but so the concern is they are using them potentially, or are at risk of having people contact them that they don't want.
Yeah, absolutely. With the phone, there is a plethora of websites, chat rooms, online forums, social media networks, essentially, that kids can access. And even if they're, I don't know, watching YouTube, they're only a few clicks away, because YouTube will then recommend, once their video's finished, other content. So it might be that a parent has even put something on for their child and then goes out the room, and then 6 videos later it's something that they might not want their child to be subjected to. And I'm talking about young children that are sitting in front of, content, let alone when kids are old enough to actually start interacting with the computer and searching up their own things. So it is important to make sure, as a parent, you feel happy with the framework that's been set up for your child, and you can actually now take the bull by the horns and take the reins. And EE are offering this initiative where you can make a 30-minute appointment at your local high street store and have a chat with a consultant, someone that's a bit of an expert in all of this, to help see what framework is suitable for your child. They're offering like a 3-tier system, essentially. It's SIMs for under 18-year-olds that have different degrees of protections already put in place. And then also, it's the writing up of a social contract with the family and the child all on board.
Yeah, so having a contract, having an agreement on phone usage. Obviously, parents are paying for that phone usage. They're paying for the data. EE can do things like block websites that they can actually get to when they're using their EE SIM for data. So there's all sorts of great things that have been done there.
Yes.
And there are safety settings in the phone, which the experts in the shop will be able to help to put in place. But the big thing is it's showing the trust in the kids, and that's where this contract makes it a two-way thing and actually shows them they are acting in a mature way, and therefore they have to treat their phone usage in the same way.
Yeah, and also it gives the child a degree of authority over it too, because this is a contract that's made with all the parties, putting in their opinions and their preferences. And so it shows that you're actually taking this serious, which is really great for your child, because it's not just like, oh, your parent is fobbing you off. There's an expert, essentially, that's helping to put these guidelines and boundaries in place.
Absolutely. So having an agreement, having an understanding, but equally knowing the consequences of not doing that, because a mobile phone curfew at some point in the day could easily be a thing. And I know some people will have the likes of broadband at home, and they will also then control the switching on and off of the broadband for the network that the kids connect to limit access at bedtime.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, actually. You don't want to have to go to the extent of switching off the internet for the whole family just to control a child. So that's where this comes in handy, because the protections are put via the SIM card. So essentially, you're only affecting one user, which is really, really kind of handy for, parents that need to be using the internet for work, or just nowadays, everything's streaming, their binge watch on Netflix or whatever it is.
Yeah, if they want to watch the episode of Black Mirror that you co-wrote, then they want to do that whilst the kids are asleep, potentially, won't they?
Yes, exactly. So they don't want to be switching off the internet just because of an unruly child. You want to give your child some degree of authority and responsibility, so they feel like, hey, going to sleep now and switching off the phone was my decision.
That's the way. Get them on board, get them all talking, and have a sensible conversation about the internet and what is out there that we don't really want to be seeing. We all find that there's stuff that we don't want to see out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. Okay. So, how do we book an appointment then to get into our EE store in the city centre to get this contract drawn up?
Right, so you can go onto the EE website or to your high street store. There's over 400 of them nationwide, and they will be more than happy to book you in for a 30-minute consultation should you wish. And then hopefully you can get the right plan in place with the right SIM for your child, as well as that all-important social contract can be drawn up and signed by all parties involved.
And of course, they will be on the network, which will help them have great connectivity. You've got it all in one contract. They even sort out the pricing for you based on that. Nip into the EE store in the Manchester Centre or check out the EE website. Konnie Huq, always good to speak to you. Thank you as ever for joining us.
Thank
I'll
you.
let you keep the contract sorted in your house.
Yeah, and good luck to all parents out there. It ain't easy.
My Heart's Been Stolen, But It's Not a Crime is the amazing new single from Belle, impressing people with her music, whether she's handing copies of her discs to Young Blood and Robbie Williams, or whether she's just been heard by so many who are going to be absolutely loving this sort of inspired anthem. It begins with a powerful sound, and she's here to tell us all about it. How you doing?
Hi, I'm great, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Well, good to talk to you. So tell us a bit about this track and how it came about.
Yeah, so I kind of, in a simple form, this song's just kind of about moving on from something and someone. And I didn't write it about a specific situation, but I think as a person, and as lots of other people maybe as well, I'm very I love to romanticize things, and I've got quite a wild imagination. And I think sometimes I get myself in a pickle because I'll get in situations where I kind of create an image of someone or something, and when they don't meet that, or they just end up hurting you in a way that you never thought that they would, it's kind of a bit mind-boggling sometimes. And yeah, this is just kind of about trying to move on from that and realizing that there'll be better days, and yeah, tomorrow will be a brighter day, I guess.
Music is by far the best way of expressing these emotions. You can do it and share it with others. They can sing along, and I think they will be singing along with this one. Earworm always sounds like a bit of an insult, but it's not. It's a song that stays with you, and this is one of those, isn't it?
Oh, thank you. I hope so.
But how did the music come about, though? Because, I mean, the building start almost feels like an 80s anthem, and then it goes into sort of a pop pitch in the middle, which is just so much fun, you can't help but enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably because of my music influence growing up. As a lot of was like, because my dad listened to a lot of like Depeche Mode and like Duran Duran. He was all the 80s era, so I had to listen to a lot of that. And then I was also obsessed with like Avril Lavigne and Alanis Morissette's like the 2000s pop rock era. So I think this kind of just probably encapsulates all like my favorite music tastes in one song, which is it's quite fun. It's definitely one of my favorite songs so far.
But so you can feel the sort of influences that your probably dad's got as well, because Mike Rose is your producer, aka Dad to you, and work alongside the likes of S Club, Gary Barlow, E17, Kylie, Lolly, 911, Boyzone. The list just goes on as far as Gabrielle and many more, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty cool to kind of get a realist point of view on the industry, and kind of I think a lot of people probably see it through rose tinted glasses, so it's kind of good to just have an insight into it.
And this is on top of the other music you've been releasing so far, with even more on the way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the last single got so much attention that I didn't think it would get at all, which was really exciting to see. And we've recorded a few more singles and albums on the way and stuff. So yeah, it's all very exciting, and kind of I think sometimes I can't really comprehend it's actually happening until it happens. But yeah, it's all exciting.
But the socials have been a place for people to find your music too. I mean, TikTok, I know you've got 56,000 followers, each of them waiting eagerly for the next release or the next bit of social.
Yeah, yeah. So you can find me at Belle Rose, and yeah, in the last year or so, it's kind of grown a lot. Mostly from just posting my music and just about my life as well and things I get up to. And people somehow find it interesting, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's all very exciting. And now I've got like a little, I guess, fan base or listeners group. I don't really know what to call it, called the Baby Bells. And I had like my first like meet up with them like a couple weeks ago, and like people came with like bracelets with my songs on, and the girl had like a picture of a baby bell on her t-shirt but with my face in it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's all kind of crazy, but it's all very fun, and I'm very happy it's all happening.
And I think that's part of it, though, isn't it? It's making the music fun. As soon as it becomes a chore to write and perform, you lose the joy your audience get from it. And I should think the summer's
Yeah.
brought you a few live performances to top off the fact. I mean, you've played schools and all sorts of venues up and down the country.
Yeah, I think live performances are always amazing, and it's kind of cool because I guess you can. I don't know. My last single got like 270,000 on listeners on Spotify, I think it was. And it's like, I don't know. But obviously, that sounds like a massive number, but then like when I actually go and perform live, and there's people like, I think I performed one of my singles last year for the first time, and people were like singing it back in the crowd, and I was like, wait, people actually like know it. And I was like, what the heck? But yeah, it's pretty cool.
And you've been playing at all sorts of events, and I think it's that diversity of your audience as well. You were appealing to so many people, young, old, and everyone in between.
Yeah, and that is really amazing. I think when I first started, I was like, oh, maybe it'll just be for like kids or teens, and then there's like older people that are liking it as well, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. But yeah, I think because of social media as well and things like that, it's just made it a lot more diverse. But that's kind of always been my goal. I think from the start, I was like, I want to be the voice for people that are still on their journey to find their own, and hopefully, I feel like my music might be speaking to people.
Yeah, but it's kind of an ageless sound, though, isn't it? You're clearly mature for your age in your writing, your work, and your time in the industry because you've seen the industry growing up, and I think that has put you in good stead for where you are now.
Yeah, definitely. I think I am very grateful to kind of have been surrounded by music my whole life, and it's always been I mean, my parents really did not want me to go into the music industry at all. They were like, "Oh, please be a doctor or something more useful." But I'm like, music is the most useful thing in the world, so why wouldn't I want to do it?
Actually, what is life without a soundtrack? It needs a soundtrack, and that's what keeps us going. Okay, so give us all those details on how we find you on the socials, and of course, get to listen to this amazing new single.
Yeah, so you can find me at Belle Rose on all social media platforms. I'm only on like Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, you can listen to my music on all streaming platforms as well under Belle. And yeah, you can find me anywhere basically.
Simple as that. Check it out. Check out the music and enjoy. Well, Belle, always good to catch up with you. Keep up the good work. We look forward to more releases as we head through 2025 and massive things in 2026, I'm absolutely sure. But for now, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on.
That's it all for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Back with episode 843 next week, which will include a Peaky Blinder. That's on the way. See you soon.
Goodbye from the milk bar. 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 Yeah. Goodbye from the milk bar. Yeah.